Mo 3 times, me episodes. Today, we are going to be talking about Houston Child Protective Services. What are they protecting? They must be protecting the track because they out there trying to pimp the babies. You supposed to be protecting the baby, but you out there pimping the babies. And how do we know? One of the babies got it on video. That's right, I said it. Video. They got a CPS worker encouraging a young lady to engage in prostitutional activities. That's right, I said it. Prostitutional activities. Let's talk about it. Me episodes, Mo 3 times. Let the children say. Hey, before we start, do me a favor, hit like, share, subscribe. Of course, hit the alarms or notification bells. And then after the show, man, you gotta comment. Leave me a comment. If you like something, if you don't like something, if you have a suggestion, if you wanna argue with me, we can do that.
A Texas CPS worker in Houston was recently fired after encouraging a 14-year-old girl to try prostitution, which the girl caught on video.
KXAN's Jayla Washington spoke to the mother about this and asked the state about training and protocol to ensure these things are not happening.
A 14-year-old in CPS custody staying at a hotel took this video after she asked an employee she's recording to get her some food. You can hear the employee say there isn't any where the teen is staying.
You know it ain't no food in there.
Tells her this.
So my mom told me you gonna be a real.
To consider sex work.
And how much money you got in your pocket? How could y'all let this happen to my daughter? Family?
Keisha Bailey, the mom of the team, is shocked because she says she asked CPS to take temporary custody of her daughter to help with behavior issues like running away.
It shouldn't happen, especially by somebody that is supposed to protect them.
CPS said the employee was fired on August 10th and that making sure children in their care are safe and appropriately cared for is a concern. A spokesperson also told me employees have to take training courses on safety and understanding trauma before they can even work with children. But it's not clear in this incident if someone specifically ensured employees were following protocol.
Keisha tells me through her daughter that she believes that the other kids in this hotel with her daughter were exposed to the exact same type of solicitation.
Brazeley's lawyer says there are systemic issues that are putting kids in unsafe situations.
This like haunts me every day.
Jayla Washington, KXAN News.
And DFPS is still in the thick of a federal investigation accused of putting kids in unsafe circumstances, leading to their abuse, neglect, and even death in some cases. The Brazeley family wants more accountability.
All right, so the Brazeley family is asking for accountability. That sounds like lawsuit to me. That sounds like they want some change. They want some change. But the big picture here is Houston CPS, Child Protective Services, who are supposed to be in the business of protecting children, vulnerable children, are failing to do their job. As a matter of fact, their workers are trying to recruit these young women to be prostitutes. That's fucking nuts. Houston CPS standing for Child Protective Services, but they were doing everything but that. They were actually using young, vulnerable girls.
Mom told me you gonna be a real.
At this moment, these young children are staying at hotels. Hotels. And that's where these children are staying. I mean, listen. Let the children sing. You're supposed to be there to protect the babies, lady. But yo, there are so much more to this because as I started researching this information, everything I found revolves around news channels and the way that they are presenting it. So I'm pretty sure there are some more worse shit that's on that cell phone footage. The kids are staying in hotels under care of CPS Houston. As you see, that looks like a lady and a young girl outside of a hotel actually discussing, or the CPS worker trying to recruit her to be a prostitute, telling her that there's no food in. Oh my goodness.
You know it ain't no food in there.
She said there's no food. Yo, you are CPS. You're supposed to have food, clothing, shelter, and education for these, and medical care for these children. So anyway, yeah, we got the CPS lady outside of a hotel trying to recruit. First of all, my issue is, why are we housing children in hotels? That's number one. Number two, it's obviously a grown lady, and the newscasters reported that the CPS had indeed trained all of their workers there, so she was a trained worker. Where's the background checks? This lady that's helping out these children are supposed to be in charge of these children. I mean, she sounded like her mom said, if you want to be a hoe, be a hoe. She sounded like she has some experience in hoeing. Was there a background check? Has this lady been arrested before for prostitution?
Mom told me don't be a real.
You know what I mean?
Hey, bitch, come here.
That's how she was like,
Hey, bitch, come here.
they ain't got no food up there. But you know what? I'm going to tell you what. You going to fuck with this man and you going to separate him for his dollars. He going to feed you. He going to...
You know it ain't no food in there.
Oh, my God, yo. And it hurts me to throw that sound because...
It's just a baby.
That's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So my questions are, first of all, in a case like this, we got a lady on camera. So obviously there's going to be an investigation. The lady was fired from her job on August 10th. I think she should have not just been fired, but she should have been handcuffed. She should have been fucking handcuffs, bro.
Hated it.
She should have been fucking handcuffs because...
Crazy, deranged.
And it's insane. Fire her. Oh my goodness. Fire her while she's in jail. That's what you should have done. All right, so we got a lady on camera trying to recruit a young girl into prostitution.
She's a whore.
You know what I mean? And the craziest thing about that is that they said that there are other kids there. Now, let's put some things in perspective. I can't even use any. Look. We can't yay this episode.
Hated it.
We're gonna be doing a whole bunch of
Hated it.
and
It's just a baby.
and maybe
She's a whore.
we can do those because
Standing up and I'm telling.
because this is craziness. But watching that video, guys, what did you think? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. It was some of the wildest shit that I've seen before. Now, I'm sure that this has gone on in society over and over and over again, but with the advent of cell phone cameras and just being able to just catch people with this technology is so satisfying. She is. Let the children sing. So that's right. Mama Brazeley said, hey, I want some accountability from Houston CPS.
How could y'all let this happen to my daughter?
And when she says accountability, the only thing that comes to my mind in this situation is she wants that lawsuit. She wants those dollars. She wants all that cash because you know what I mean? And all right, so I was playing, but seriously, Mama Brazeley sent her daughter to CPS, Child Protective Services, because her daughter was acting up, was running away, and maybe she was running away because she didn't get enough attention at home. And it clearly seems that that might be the catalyst to her running away and actually getting in trouble and being CPS in the first place, because Miss Brazeley has 8 other kids, which means she has 9 other kids.
How could y'all let this happen to my daughter?
Now, in her defense, look, I didn't see Papa Brazeley. I saw Mama Brazeley. Where the fuck is Papa Brazeley? Guys, we got to do better. We got to do better, man. Take care of your kids, being your kids' life. It's like that episode, the first episode of Atlanta season 3 that I saw with the kid. It's like I really, that shit hit home, except that's a whole nother adventure for him. But yo, we were given a number for Dyfus. But let me tell you something. We dare not call that number because we did not want to be without our home comforts. But yeah, she used to give us a number to Dyfus and dare us to call him. You know what I mean? But now this girl is in CPS and she's in there because she was having problems at home. She was basically running away. She's probably staying with her guy friends and everything like that. But I'd have to say that maybe it's her mother that might have been the problem. That's right. In the video, you saw the mother of the underage victim. The mom's name is Keisha Basley. And let me tell you something special about Keisha Basley. Keisha has 8 other kids, and the young lady that is in CPS now is the oldest kid, guys.
How could y'all let this happen to my daughter?
Are you with me? Are you with me? You have 8 kids. Your oldest child is in CPS. Well, you have 9 kids total, but your oldest child is in CPS. This lady doesn't look like she's in her 50s. She looks like she might be touching 40 right now. It might be a black don't crack type thing, or it might be a I've never had responsibility in my life and I've never done anything responsible in my life, so I just have that youthful glow.
How could y'all let this happen to my daughter?
Because I don't have any stress, but I want to see what the older daughter looks like, because I'm pretty sure she probably has gray hairs, because it seems to me that the oldest daughter was taking care of her kids. Might as well say, call them her kids. She was taking care of her siblings. When her mom came in that video, and all the videos and interviews that I've seen with that mother, I have not seen a man with her. I've not seen any of the baby daddies for those children, and I'm definitely going to put a plural and say baby daddies, because out of 9 children, that lady ain't had no man. Her dollar's walling out. I'm pretty sure she was hit and quit.
What you cheering for?
What we cheering for? What are we cheering for? But listen, I didn't see any type of male influence at their house. Now, this is just little information that we're getting from the internet. So I found the best news source that had the most footage available, and it happened to be KAXN of Texas. All right, so they're in Houston, Texas. This girl is being recruited to be a prostitute. She's obviously had troubles at home, so much so that her mother actually called CPS to have them pick her up. It seems like the girl was picked up by CPS and was taken to a hotel where they are housing other children in hotels, which I find to be an incredibly stupid idea. But maybe it's due to COVID and lack of resources and just lack of room and proper planning from Houston City for where these kids are going to go. Now, currently, the underage lady in the video that was filming the video is in a foster home. She is not back with her mother or with her siblings or at the hotel facilities that CPS provided, but she has finally found like a foster home in the time being while they sort everything out. But the fact that the girl was placed into foster care by her mother tells me that having 8 other siblings and being the oldest, that maybe mom placed a lot of responsibility on her that really had nothing to do with her. As a child, it's really not your child to raise your other brothers and sisters. Now, there are some kids out there that do it and say, hey, I raised my family, and there's a pride that thing in there. And there's a pride thing. There's like a pride that they have in that, but other kids are selfish as fuck when you're a kid, and they just want to have fun and they want to do what other kids do. And it seemed like this girl wanted to do what other kids do, and she wasn't beat about spending time home, babysitting her brothers while her mom was out doing God knows what. And it seems like the mother is asking basically for accountability, but it sounds like also that the mother is asking for some.
How could y'all let this happen to my daughter?
Because basically, with an incident like this, it's going to be coin time. Now, some of the issues that I have about how Houston CPS resolved this, it seems like they are still using hotels to facilitate the children in their custody. Although, like I said before, this child has gone to a foster home. But also, they just fired the lady. Like, you have her in at least fucking 380p, like telling a young girl, telling a minor to engage in prostitution, telling them. There's a couple things she said in the video. One of the things that stuck out to me was, get your tail in that room. Worker said that to the child, which sounds really pimpish to me. It sounds hella pimp to me, but what do I know? Other thing she said was, the right man, me finding the right man would be Brooke fucking with me. Basically, that's what she said, because it seems like she's talking like a former street lady of the night, concubine.
To consider sex work.
And how much money you got in your pocket?
Walker of the street, whore, prostitute. That's how she's talking to this young girl. Like she's actually engaged in that lifestyle. All right, so she says, get your tail in that room. She says, the right man would be broke effing with me. She says that stood out to me was, there's no effing food up in there. So it seems like they're standing outside of the hotel and they're talking. The girl's talking about she's hungry, like, yo, can I get some food? And the lady's saying, ain't no food in there. She said it with a little bit of fucking little spicy tone to her.
You know it ain't no food in there.
And I was like, well, damn, you're CPS. I would think CPS is supposed to handle food, clothing, shelter, education, medical needs, and they're usually receiving kids into the system that aren't having one or all of those needs, one to all of those needs being met, and they're supposed to be the people that can give those needs. But they ain't had no food up there.
You know it ain't no food in there.
According to this lady, by the way, I don't know her name because she just was fired. They never put her name out, and I think she should have probably been. She should have been arrested, y'all. She should have been arrested for that. The feds are doing an investigation on Houston right now. They are doing it on Houston CPS for a whole bunch of other issues that have seen children die while in the custody of Houston CPS, which is crazy. So yeah, that's a big issue for me that the lady wasn't arrested, that we don't know her name. We should know what she looks like. She should have to register as a fucking sexual offender. She's a pedophile, basically. She should have to register as a pedophile for that. So just getting fired, that's not enough for me. I don't know if it's enough for you, but let me tell you what, those were babies out there, and she's trying to turn them into something else. She's trying to turn them into. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. It's crazy. It's crazy in these fucking streets. So CPS doesn't have food for the kids, so much so that now they're hookering. Now, can I also tell you something? Keisha Basley, the mother of the victim, who, where is Pops in this situation, says she doesn't even have a daughter in her custody because she played her daughter out. The system played her daughter out. Poor girl. Yeah, when you lock girls up like that when they're young, they tend to rebel. Some of them catch it. But the older ones, especially if they have to raise their brother and sister, they're trying to get out of that house as soon as possible. Usually, when you give children those type of advanced responsibilities young, it can help them. But more than likely, it's going to stunt their growth, man. It's going to stunt their growth. Just like they say you're not supposed to have kids lifting heavy-ass weights when they're little because it's going to stunt their growth. I'll be on my shit, yo. But leave a comment on what do you think about that. And is there something bigger going on with the CPS in Houston? Are they trying to cover up something? Because Keisha Baxley, the mother of the victim, said that her daughter told her that other girls were being approached and being asked to, sell their bodies for, some money, some coin. I don't know, man. The CPS system in Houston is broken, and when the CPS Houston system is broken, it kind of sounds like that.
Hey, bitch, come here.
So, yeah, that's what we got, guys. It's insane. Get your tail in the room.
Get your tail to that room.
Right man would be broke fucking with me.
Right man, he'd be broke.
No, it ain't no food in here.
You know it ain't no food in there.
Mama said you gonna be a hoe, be a real hoe.
Mama taught me you gonna be a real.
That is insane. All right, guys, you heard it from me. You saw the video of what was going on. We spoke about Houston CPS, how they're being investigated by the feds because they've had some other incidences that left children dead. And we also spoke about CPS not disclosing the identity of the worker, actually firing them and not following up with law enforcement because this worker obviously needs to be registered as a fucking sexual offender, needs to be under the jail, And yeah. And then we're going to talk about Keisha Baxley, who wants the CPS to be accountable, but she hasn't been accountable to her oldest child, let alone the other 8. God bless them. But let's hope she gets a coin so maybe she can take care of those babies. Until then, yo, we all in this together. Let's take care of one another. Be a little nice and graceful to one another. Because, bro, we are on a fucking planet spinning in fucking the abyss, moving very fast, and going right around in circles. No, but seriously, guys. Everybody out there, take care of each other. Peace. Oh yeah, don't forget to click like, subscribe, share, obviously hit the notifications, and since the show's over, now you can comment. Let the children say, you've been watching Talking Shit, Getting Clicks original podcast, specifically the Me episodes. Talking Shit, Getting Clicks with yours truly, Mo 3 times.